Hey, do you remember that pride that you had in high school or even college? You remember that pride, man? And I mean, it could have been decades ago. But the minute that drum line kicks in, even to this day, man, the minute it kicks in, you've got that pride, man. You remember that pride you had? I'm not talking about high school or college now. I'm talking about the pride when you got the job that you're in now. You remember that? You remember that call? When you got the call, when you got the shot? You remember how much pride that you had? I mean, dude, you were so proud, man. You were full of pride. I mean, there was all this unlimited potential. I could make how much? And all I got to do is what? I mean, dude, you were like, it was like you were 7 foot tall in a 3 foot room. You're full of pride. And then a month later, man, you're proud. 6 months later, you're die. Just a gig. Let me tell you something, man. Everything you do has to be full of pride. It has to be alpha and omega. It has to stop and start, beginning and end with pride, man. You know why? Because pride is a reflection of what you do. Pride is a reflection of what you stand for. Pride is a reflection of who you are. It's a reflection, man. So when you're working with a customer, man, what sort of reflection do you give to your customer? Because see, if you're just dialing it in, man, if you're just showing up, this is just a gig. If everybody around here is FOS and that's the reflection you're giving off, well, no wonder you got no pride, man. And so that energy that you're giving off to the customers are like, no, we're gonna look around. You got to be prideful, man. You have to be prideful. I remember, man, when I told my mom, I called my mom when I got the job, a sales job as a salesperson. I called my mom. I said, Mom, look, I'm a salesperson now. And my mom said, well, okay, well, how much does it pay? And I said, well, it doesn't. It's just all commission. And then I started telling her a little bit about it, how much money I could make. She said, wait a minute, Marsh, look, you just left a sure-paying job. I mean, you were a supervisor, and you left a sure-paying job. You got a 5-year-old son at home that you're raising by yourself, and you did what? It didn't matter, man. I was full of pride, and I know what my mom was thinking, man. My mom was thinking, Marsh, there's been several times that I've had to wire you money. I've had to get up and go wire you money, Western Union, because Rodney, the repo man, was there to pick up your truck once again. Yeah, Rodney would come knocking on my door. I'd be holding my young son in my hand, and he would knock on my door and say, Marsh, look, I got to pick it up. I said, Rodney, just give me one phone call, man. And I would call, and my mom would have to wire me the money. So I mean, I wasn't even managing everything right as a sure-paying job supervisor. So here I step out on a limb, and I become a salesperson that's just nothing but straight commission. That was 20 years ago. And I'm still a salesperson. Pride. I told my mom, I said, Mom, I can make this work. I can make this work. And I was so proud, man, to the fact that I could do something. I think I found something that I could really do. And man, I was a sponge. I couldn't wait to show up every single day. I couldn't wait to get my hand on more knowledge and what's coming down the pike and how to interact with customers and how to negotiate. See, man, I couldn't get enough of it. And almost 21 years later, I'm still that way. Because see, I understand what people think about salespeople, but it was my goal, and it's still my goal to this day, that if you show up to me, that you will actually, when you walk away from me, that you say, look, I don't even like the sales experience. I don't even like the whole car buying experience. I don't like any of that thing, man. But this guy, Marsh, he's sharp. He knows his stuff. See, it's that pride. Now, pride is not only a reflection of what you do, man. Pride is also a reflection of what you do day in and day out. Pride, man, is walking by the trash can and picking up those paper towels. Dude, I walk out of the bathroom, I see paper towels overflowing out of the trash can. Hell yeah, I could walk off and tell somebody else to go pick that up, but no. It's that pride. This is my home. This is my ground. I pick it up. I smash the can down so it can hold more, and I put those paper towels in there. I've walked out before in a rush and then walked back in. It's the pride, man. I got to do it. Pride is picking up the trash. Pride is it's staying late, man. I know it's 9 o'clock. I know you're ready to go home. I know that cold ass beer is sitting there waiting for you. But pride is staying and saying, look, I got to finish today's business. I got to box all this up. So when I show up tomorrow, I'm ready to go. It's a new day. It's 0 to 0. It's that pride, man. Pride is hanging in there and fighting for that one more deal. Pride is when your mind is just mentally screaming at you, dude. Pride is your mind is screaming at you, man, to pull the ripcord, to just let up, to just card them. No. I got too much pride. I got too much pride in what I do. I got too much reflection. That reflection of what I do, of who I stand for. I'm proud of what I do. I'm proud of how I do it. It's that pride, man. And pride ain't always what you feel like doing. Pride ain't got nothing to do with what you feel like doing. It's not what you want to do. It's what you have to do. Because that's what I stand for. The pride is the smalls, man. Pride is also in the smalls. It's in the smalls that it's the small things. It's the small things like what I was talking about with the trash. Pride is the small things, as in staying in late, as in working with one more customer. Because see, it's not the slight that pulls you down, man. It's the slights that will ruin you. See, what they do is the slights just compound. It's the death by 1,000 cuts, man. It's these tiny, tiny slights. And you reduce your pride. And when you have no more pride, man, what are you fighting for? When you have no more pride, what you doing? You're just hanging in there. You're not even fighting anymore. Pride is that's what the fight song is in high school, right? That's what the fight song is in college. It's a fight song because it's school pride. It barks out that pride. Man, what's your fight song? Are you proud? Are you proud of what you do? And I understand, dude, you're surrounded by all kind of BS at work. I understand. This guy never even calls his leads. This guy is working payments over the phone. This one leaves for 3-hour lunches. This one gets all the house cheese. I understand you're surrounded by all the injustice, all the BS, man. So it's easy to sit there and lay blame and say, well, they're not prideful, so I'm not going to be either. They're not carrying themselves. This guy don't even know what the hell he's even talking about. He don't even know anything about the product. So why should I? It ain't about them, man. You don't have pride for them. You have pride for you and how you carry yourself and what you do day in and day out. That's the pride, man. It's what you stand for. It's the reflection of who you are. Don't stoop down, man, to their level. Don't stoop down to the BS. Don't stoop down to whatever the industry is not doing. You don't have to, man. You don't have to. It's you. You be proud. You're the brand. Don't stoop. Stand and work with pride. Make us proud today. I'll see you next time in the sales life.